Open House Thursday on Your View. Welcome to the show. I am Mariah Afolabi Brown. As always, I have the ladies with me. YK in the building! We love how you look today.
Thank you. My top was courtesy of Tokbe. Thank you, Tokbe. And yes, Tokbe Makodige. She gave me this for my birthday, and I went to look for the material to sew trousers.
Then we extra put for hair tie too. YK, you're just different.
Afrocentric.
So today I'm dressed up. We're going. The art competition of the celebration starts today. So celebration, not officially but unofficially, starts today.
Okay.
We have the art competition. We have, I think, 70 artwork on display, and the winner.
Freedom Park?
No. Kalakuta Museum.
Oh.
The winner will win 500,000. Second is 250K, and the first is 150.
Nice.
Third, is 150. Yeah. So,
well done.
Good luck to them. But it's our own way of trying to, encourage the youth.
Yeah.
We have all these competitions.
Yeah.
We have the dance tomorrow. We have the fashion show. So we're just in the arts. We're trying to encourage.
I did not hear on time about the fashion show. I would have come.
Oh, you can come.
I would have come to exhibit now.
Oh, Abi!
Did you send us?
It's true.
You sent us the ID.
I sent it to an invite. I sent
I think I saw it this morning.
Yeah.
So we'll just show them.
So today, what time is today starting?
Today is 2 o'clock.
2 p.m. So people can come there from 2.
And it's free. All these events are free.
Oh,
Just walk
amazing.
up.
Well,
Laja, Nima, Akasha, Zabir.
I was hoping that mom will not call me yet. But I don't want to rant on a third day straight back to back.
Please rant.
so they need it.
Just
Rant.
That's it.
It's because of celebration. I didn't rant about our streets.
Badagry Road traffic management. The building, I don't know what Lamata is doing or whoever is working on the middle lanes, and all of us are stuck on the service lane from Vaux inwards Maltu. And we need traffic management. That same service lane, tankers park one side. The only functioning side, they are still using it on the one way. So you go just sit down like this.
Inside traffic.
Why don't you do a recording of it and let the
I
producers
have
show
to
it
go
on
live
TV?
today.
She did like
Fear no go let me even come down, leave my car, go do recording.
because there's nobody in the
Because
car.
nobody else with me. So it's such a helpless place to be, and it's not good.
In fact, I need to even record our own. I need to record our streets.
Okay, you need to record that road.
Hi.
We're talking about that for years, YK.
No. Even that, then I think Sarah on community report. She has actually
Been there.
Yeah, she did it.
I think somebody should do it now in the rain.
She did it 2 days ago. They don't hear. These government people, they don't hear.
People don't have governor. If it was Lagos, what would have done with Governor Sanwo-Olu size?
How are you doing, Jerry? Let me come to you.
I'm all right, I'm all right. I'm doing a self-esteem challenge, self-esteem and confidence challenge. It's free, so I'm going to be releasing newsletters from the 1st of October for 30 days. So just dropping tips on how people can build their self-esteem. So I'm encouraging people to be a part of the care community. You get those newsletters, you have the action plans. Just do something to help boost.
I wish I had that when I was younger. That's because I had a lot of esteem issues growing up. So if I'd heard about
And I have a lot of young people coming in. They want to be a part of it. So I'm looking forward to helping as much as I can. Yeah, and it's free.
Fantastic. Okay.
How you do?
Nothing happened here?
You're good, right?
Nothing. Do we still have time so we can rant about Alagbole Road?
Go ahead, YK. I'll give you the floor for Alagbole any day.
Well, no, it's terrible.
It is.
When he came in 3 years ago, he came, did more magic.
You came here now. You are celebrating. I remember you. I even drove to your area and I said, they are fixing the road.
I said, this one has gone to Ikoyi. If you see it now. But you see, what they did was just palliative. They didn't tie it. So as soon as the rain started,
everything opens again.
Now,
terrible.
Sorry.
It took me 45 minutes from my house to Sabo Junction. I left before 6:30. I did not pass there till after 7. A road that should take you 5 minutes, 3 minutes tops.
Wow.
No. Please, government people, answer us now.
Government people, answer us.
Answer us. So we need
Alagbole is crying.
Sarah did it on
Call
community
governor's name, Governor Dapo Abiodun of Ogun State.
To do something about that road.
And you know what is telling me is that election is coming. He will come and enter. Once he enters again, nothing again. If they don't do it
Governor Dapo Abiodun, let's go on a break.
You should do something.
When we come back, okay, look, it's so fine to be complaining today. Just relax. It's Thursday. We'll be right back after the break. Don't go anywhere.
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back.
Start with the nation. Wike Makinde or Tom Shun Atiku's campaign launch. CBN goes after state's farmers over 600 billion naira unpaid loans. Gunmen kill 5 soldiers, 3 others in Anambra and Imo states. My leadership will inspire Nigeria to greater heights, says Tinubu. Mashina, not Lawan. Is Yobe not senatorial candidate? Court rule, hashtag Obidati 2023, rally can't hold at the Lekki toll gate. DCO civilian killed in attack on Oyo police station. Akeredolu to federal government, arms are to protect Ondo residents. Okay, let's start with which story?
Okay, let me do Michina because I don't know why I was elated that we can find justice. So Michina was the Yobe senatorial candidate for Yobe North in the Yobe State. And the Senate president is also from that senatorial, what do you call it, district or whatever. And he had gone to contest for the primaries of the APC presidential candidacy. He lost and then just came back as usual old practices to just come and fill the space, even though the names had been submitted by APC for primaries that had been done and concluded. And so I was wondering, how would they do this? Fortunately, the man who won insisted that I won fair and square. Even though some said he was uncontested, his name was just dropped, there was no election. They tried all sort of reinterpretation, but he went to court, and he went to court in June 22.
He thought he was going to win the primaries.
He thought he was going to win the presidential primaries, and then he lost, and then just came back home. You know the usual, they will hold forth. Yeah, this man did it in Imo State then. Okorocha, where one person held this for him, he lost primaries and came back. And all those things confuse people.
It does.
Proper democracy is that once you lose honorably.
Yeah,
and you go back to something else. So he insisted that he was the winner. Some people assured him and said they will fill his name, but that didn't work because the Federal High Court has confirmed that Michina is the one who won that elections. And I hope the APC will sit up so they don't have a repeat of Zamfara in that state.
I was going to go ahead, Waki.
The Obi supporters, the court has ruled that the Obi supporters cannot march or cannot gather at the toll gates. That they can march past it to their destination, but that they can't gather there for any rally. The Obi supporters are blaming the opposition, saying it's the opposition that is engineering the. They wanted to hold an NSAS rally at the toll gates, and the court has ruled against it.
Okay, so Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu, who is the presidential flag bearer for the APC, had a march to launch the campaign yesterday in Abuja, and there he pledged to to launch Nigeria into a new thinking, innovative ideas and vision with new innovation and ideas. He also said that he will invite all Nigerians to join he and his running mate, Senator Shetima, on their journey as they set out on a shared vision and renewed hope for people of Nigeria. He also said that in the coming weeks and months, they'll be taking their dream of a functional, safe, secure, and prosperous Nigeria to every part of Nigeria, and will continue to put forward their plan to lead a country towards a best future. The nation stands at the threshold of history, and we, like every other nation in the world, face significant challenges, and some have been our own making. So he was just pretty much officially launching the march with the electoral, the presidential campaign starting yesterday, and they started in Abuja.
Yeah, so the Ondo State Governor, Keredolu, yesterday said his resolve to arm operatives of the state, Amoteco Corps, was to protect his people against marauders and conflict entrepreneurs. And he said that security outfits are backed by law, and so the operatives must be allowed to have access to sophisticated weapon. And you know, we saw the video of Katsina State where they said they got the vigilantes to carry AK-47 because they were practicing. So according to the statement made by Garba Shehu, he said that was just getting the Civil Defense Training College in Katsina to train the vigilantes of the state for a 5-day period in handling the pump action rifle, and that the president has repeatedly made it clear that nobody is allowed to illegally carry AK-47 or any other automatic weapons, and that they must surrender them all. But Akeredolu is saying that this excuse is no longer plausible. We need these ammunitions to be able to further protect our people, and that so far they've not heard that the governor of Katsina State has returned the AK-47 given to the vigilantes back to the coffers of government, and so things must be done properly.
Did you see the video?
Yes, I saw the video.
Were they AK-47? Because the Shehu is saying it was a pump action.
They said AK-47 and pump action.
Did you see the
which
AK-47?
Is worse? I don't know the difference between anyone.
AK-47, when you fire it, it goes brrrr.
And they didn't fire.
They didn't fire.
They
didn't fire. So, but I saw sophisticated weapons. I don't know which
the old stick in the form of weapon safe.
It's something.
You have to declare it.
Moving on to the Punch. Atiku launches campaign, books aggrieved governors for a court event. Controversy surrounds death of the Lagos restaurateur. Family friends mourn. Fear and ID scam. Court revokes director's bill, orders re-arrest. Senate ticket, Machina floors Malawan, seeks reconciliation. Dream killers, how South Africa's flawed visa process frustrates Nigerians. Politicians may destroy Nigeria, Obasanjo raises alarm. And oil theft, FG probes exploration production by IOCs. That's,
the major headline, yes. So the presidential candidate of the People's Democratic Party, PDP, Atiku Abubakar, on Wednesday inaugurated the party's presidential campaign council in line with the 2023 elections timetable of INEC. And this was held at International Conference Center and marked with the launch of 3 books in honor of the presidential candidate. It was attended by governors, ex-governors of the PDP, and they had a lot of speaking. And so one of them, that's former Vice President Namadi Sambo, went ahead to describe Atiku as a man who knew the pathway to rescue Nigerian. And if you read the book, one of the books that they had written concerning Atiku, you will understand that he has the experience, he has the political drive, he knows how to rule and rescue Nigeria from all the problems. But Atiku also delivered his own speech, and he lamented all the problems we've had in Nigeria, from insecurity to failure of government to protect lives and property, the economy failing and everything that's bedeviling us. And he's saying that what we can do is that he has the power to restore Nigeria's unity through equity, social justice, mutual collaboration and consensus among the citizenry. And he's outlined everything that he's going to be doing for Nigeria in a document titled My Covenant with Nigerians. So I think we should look forward to reading that to see what they have.
Okay, so in the continuation of the trial of the directors of the Process and Industrial Development Limited, you know, the actors in the P&ID scam, the Federal High Court in Abuja has revoked the bail of Mr. Nolan James. He's one of the directors, and he was given a 100 million naira bail to, you know, to continue to come to court, but he's not shown up in court ever since. So the court has issued a bench warrant for his arrest, and he should be arrested anywhere in the world. They're also partnering with the Interpol to have him arrested. I think that's the best thing to do.
Let's go on a quick break. When we come back, we continue with our reviews. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back.
If you want to become something, become a child again. Why be a patient?
So, have you ever wondered what happens behind the curtains of a man's mind?
Or perhaps you're one of those who wonder what men talk about when they gather. Well, here goes. Imagine what it takes to put together the perfect cocktail. Or maybe mocktail. We need a bit of sports, a sprinkling of current affairs, some very deep topical issues, and last but not the least, a healthy dose of grumbling of those we love to hate. And yes, you guessed it, women. So, if you catch the drift, then you're onto something. We will provide you with the right insights into most of your curiosities, right here within this beautiful cocktail we call the Black Table.
At TVC Communications, we're all about our audience. Millions of viewers, listeners, and readers every day all around Nigeria.
Our 2 TV stations are among the most watched in Nigeria.
TVC News is our award-winning 24-hour national and international news channel headquartered here in Lagos, broadcasting live from our custom-built state-of-the-art news headquarters.
TVC, the top-rated family entertainment channel, is the place for fun, music, and information. With our breakfast show, Wake Up Nigeria, the all-female chat show, Your View, the best soaps and dramas from Nolly, Bolly, and Hollywood, music and entertainment blast, courtesy E-Splash, and of course, award-winning news and current affairs. It is all here.
With news bureau and studios around the country and the ability to go live anywhere, anytime, we are first for breaking news in Nigeria. Awarded the NMMA TV Station of the Year, TVC News is the station of choice.
Watchers
may destroy Nigeria. He says that 2023 elections would either make or break our country. According to him, he was saying this while with the new president of CAN, that's Daniel Oko. He's a new visited Obasanjo yesterday, and he was saying that maybe the politicians will listen now that the CAN and the Sultan of Sokoto are exactly on the same side concerning the elections coming up, saying that if our politicians don't listen, maybe the people will listen, saying that Nigerians must watch it so that politicians do not wreck the country. If you stand for the truth, you stand for justice and equity, and we shouldn't let the politicians mess us up or play us around, according to Obasanjo, especially as he's referencing the coming elections in 2023. Okay, which other story?
The sad story of the Buka restaurateur that died. He died 3 a.m. yesterday morning, and then they said he committed suicide. He had depression, and then he committed suicide. But everybody is keeping quiet. They haven't really talked about it. The restaurant is still open. They asked somebody at the restaurant, but he pleaded anonymity. He says, yes, he has heard he's dead, but they don't know what killed him. The suicide is a rumor. Nobody is sure. But they should just please everybody give them peace. Let the family mourn in peace.
Right. Moving on now to Daily Sun. Atiku confidence of victory. Wike's allies absent at PCC inauguration. 2023 may make or mar Nigerians, Obasanjo warns. Nigeria at 62, NAF asked Abuja residents not to panic over aeroplane rehearsal. Muslim ticket along Dogara trade tackles. CBN goes after states, firms, individuals to recover the 9.3 trillion naira intervention loans. Stop threatening us with Igbo president, Northern elders tell Ohaneze. Bloomberg tips Obi to win presidential elections. All right, which story are we starting with? Let me start with the Bloomberg story. Okay, so Bloomberg, in an opinion poll, has favored the presidential candidate of the Labour Party, Mr. Peter Obi. According to Bloomberg, they had a data company in San Francisco surveyed about 3,973 Nigerians across the 6 geopolitical zones. They didn't tell us the division with male and female, but according to out of those surveys, 92% said they had decided to vote. 72% named Peter Obi as their candidate. 45% said that 61-year-old former governor Anambra State is their preferred candidate. And I'm trying to look at the other data that this poll gave us. It said that the other candidates were divided with 16% each. That's Ashwaju and Atiku Abubakar. And I mean, it was a very, very interesting poll that was run in San Francisco with 3,973 respondents.
Okay, so the CBN has started moves to recover an estimated 9.3 trillion intervention funds given during COVID-19 and after COVID-19 pandemic to assist manufacturers and businesses, including state government. The Director of Development Finance Department of the CBN, Mr. Yusuf Yila, says that they've recovered 3.75 trillion so far, but they've not been able to recover 9.3 trillion, and that the monies that have not matured is just about 5 trillion. That Nigerians took this gift with the assumption that they are cash gifts and that, they are loans or grants that they don't have to pay back.
As the anchors borrowers. Some of them were anchors borrowers.
Yes. He said that under the anchor borrowers, they gave some states these interventions and that they are doing everything to recover.
It's really unfair.
It's annoying.
Because if you don't give back, another farmer can't benefit. Somebody else can benefit. They give you money, you think it's a national cake. It's not your national cake. It's a loan for you to build your business.
People understand people who actually take loans and they don't even intend to pay back.
I love that for states, they are going straight from FAC to remove the source, 1 trillion at least.
Painful. So, Ohaneze Ndigbo yesterday advised the Northern Elders Forum not to take serious any statement from people bent on belittling the Apex Igbo body by faking to be a part of them. So there was a statement credited to, I want to get his name now, one Okechukwu Isigu Zoro, who probably who had threatened that if an Igbo person does not win this 2023 elections, there will be a form of unrest. That's me paraphrasing now, in the country. And the Northern Elders Quorum were saying that this is not the time to be threatening people like this. This is a form of demarketing even yourselves, because Nigerians will not be put under any form of pressure to vote anybody. So Ohaneze is saying that this person is not a part of us. We have constantly warned him not to make such utterances. And Ohaneze stands for unity, stands for history, stands for... there was something they wrote here. I wanted to get everything together. But in other words, Ohaneze is not in the business of threatening Nigerians to vote for a particular person or not. They are all working together to see how they can vote someone who has competence. And so they should ignore this Mr. Okechukwu in his utterances that Ohaneze is not backing him up.
I love the way you say
Ohaneze Ndigbo. But that's
I'll call it Ohaneze.
Ohaneze.
Anyway, please leave.
Vanguard.
Wait, sorry. NAF, the Nigerian Air Force, have said that in Abuja, if you hear whoa, don't be afraid. He's practicing. They're doing rehearsal.
Did you see yesterday? They're jumping off the parachute. Did you see them?
I didn't see
the video. People now look at them. Look at jump on fire on Nepa Polo.
Where did you hear whoa from? In the paper?
No, they say
I read it, I didn't see whoa.
If you hear whoa, why is my right? You communicated.
That's what the place.
The play we do now. You can hear it. I'm saying,
yeah.
Don't be afraid. Just us rehearsing.
Vanguard. Let's find a story of not taking. We must halt Nigeria's descent into anarchy, says Atiku. Nigeria 62 General Abdulsalami warns Nigerians against vote buying. Jubilation in Yobe as court declares Machina APC senatorial candidate. I'll take my campaign to all parts of Nigeria, says Tinubu. NDLA drug war, FG approves 580 million naira for armored vehicles over fear of reprisal attacks on personnel. Oh, fantastic. Someone take that story.
Yes, I did. So,
let me take 1 second. Let me just finish up. 3 feared dead as RTEAN rival groups clash in Lagos. BASA doesn't obligate CBN to provide forex for repatriation, says Emil Philip. Okay,
so
let's start with NDLA.
According to the Attorney General of the Federation, yesterday, FEC approved 580 million for the purchase of 4 armored vehicles for the NDLA, following this recent, success that a recovery of 194 billion naira worth of drugs that they did. They think that they should be more empowered to do more. So the approval has come, and the monies, they plan to deliver before the end of the year, within 2 weeks or 2 months of the approval.
They need all the support. I'm not sure it's armored vehicle they need, but they need all the support they need.
They do, because the raids in Lagos might not need an armored vehicle, but the ones in data,
you need though.
They don't go away.
They don't go away.
If you don't hold yourself.
All right, let's move on. We have a story in Vanguard.
It was just that there was a rival, the RTE and the Road Transport Employers Association of Nigeria clashed with another transport, and the 3 are feared dead. But Lagos has read the Riot Act to them. We will not tolerate any fighting, the breakdown of law. These are our peaceful states. So yes, please give yourselves. Yes.
Okay, let's move on quickly now to the Nigerian Tribune. Let's find a story we haven't taken. I think we've taken all this. NRC lost 531 million naira in 6 months to Abuja Kaduna train shutdown, says MD. Gunmen killed DCO, suspect in Oyo police station attack. Kogi flood displaced 50,000 lawmaker, says. Building collapses in Ondo, kills 52-year-old carpenter. 2 feared killed as RTEAN factions clash in Lagos. I think those are the only stories I'm not taking. Who has a...
The government?
Yes.
Yes, so a divisional crime officer and the suspect, names withheld, have been killed during an attack on a police station by gunmen at Oyo State. It said that the government just stormed into the police station and started shooting sporadically into the air. They scared a lot of people around, and unfortunately, this DCO was killed and a suspect. So investigations are already going on, and the governor of the state is saying that they would fish out anyone who is responsible for these people coming to harm police.
Yeah, I read the story in The Nation. Okay. In The Nation, they said it started because an eyewitness said to The Nation that the police were trying to extort money from this driver.
Oh.
So it is his gang, I think, that
came. Wow.
And now started to shoot. That's the story
in The Nation. Yes, I took this in the Tribune. Wow.
All right, that's all we can take on Front Page Review. It's Thursday. When we come back, move on to our gist of the day. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back.
It's never just your dream, but also of those close to you.
At TVC Communications, we're all about our audience. Millions of viewers, listeners, and readers every day all around Nigeria.
Our 2 TV stations are among the most watched in Nigeria.
TVC News is our award-winning 24-hour national and international news channel headquartered here in Lagos, broadcasting live from our custom-built state-of-the-art news headquarters.
TVC, the top-rated family entertainment channel, is the place for fun, music, and information. With our breakfast show, Wake Up Nigeria, the all-female chat show, Your View, the best soaps and dramas from Nolly, Bolly, and Hollywood, music and entertainment blast, courtesy E-Splash, and of course, award-winning news and current affairs. It is all here.
With news bureau and studios around the country and the ability to go live anywhere, anytime, we are first for breaking news in Nigeria. Awarded the NMMA TV Station of the Year, TVC News is the station of choice.
Doubt and fear doesn't occur at the canvas, it shows in the canvas. It shows the conation of raw earthen material slabbed, stroked and molded at a pace provided by the doubt and fear. Every move weigh in the struggle of one to the other, merging the past to the present, brushstrokes of colors seen but not known. For when the wailing stops, the pieces settle down in abject beauty erected for a century of a century. Speaking, advocating, protesting as the arts are meant to be.
So, have you ever wondered what happens behind the curtains of a man's mind? Or perhaps you're one of those who wonder what men talk about when they gather. Well, here goes. Imagine what it takes to put together the perfect cocktail. Or maybe mocktail. We need a bit of sports, a sprinkling of current affairs, some very deep topical issues, and last but not the least, a healthy dose of grumbling of those we love to hate. And yes, you guessed it, women.
So there was a really heartbreaking story that we saw on social media that needed for us to talk about, because we've heard a lot about these situations where victims of rape accuse loved ones of not speaking up or defending them or covering up. And this is an opportunity again to help parents, family, loved ones who may know of these kinds of situations within their homes, to help them on how to seek help, not just for themselves, but also the victim of the rape. The story I'm referencing was on social media over yesterday, and it was about a young lady who was complaining that her 32-year-old brother has been raping her, and her mother was aware of it and covered it up. That's the story in a nutshell. So we talk about rape all the time. We talked about the fact that there are very few places to go in times like this. In Lagos, we have the Marble Center. The police, or most of the stations, have the kits, the rape kits to support people. So we have those in place, at least within this state. I'm not very sure about other states. But our focus now is on family. When family finds out that a loved one, like a cousin, a sister's brother, a sister's sister, somebody is doing something to a minor, what do? Well, we usually incline to protect the family by trying to resolve it within our homes, which is what we've all grown up to know. But there's new knowledge out there. What do you suggest? How do we help people in this situation to help their loved ones? That's our conversation today. We can call us on 081-270-53687, 091-390-76948. You can also tweet us at TVC Connect. Please hashtag YourViewTVC so we can read your tweets. Bisi, let me start with you, because it's not the first time we're hearing this kind of story where my mother covered up, my mother, we've had callers calling on the show and tell us that their mother knew that their fathers were raping them or an uncle, and they covered it up. And they tried to console her, tried to persuade her not to say anything, move on, abort the child, and move on. We need things to change. And how do we start this conversation within homes?
You know, I can never understand in the first place why a wife would cover up for a husband when the husband is raping the daughter. You know, that's more of the stories we hear. And because of the fact that most women have known or have believed that all their lives, because of what society has put there, that marriage is the end goal of every woman. So if you're not married, there's no amount of success you have that will be enough. And so they hide, and just because they don't want to lose the marriage, they don't want the man to go, they don't want to get divorced, they can cover up and, you know, find a way to manage the situation. But when a brother is now doing it to a sister to give birth, except of course maybe if we dig deep into the story, he may be a step or half brother. But I just want to assume that she gave birth to both of them, and you see this form of incest going on, and you're covering it up. The whole family needs to go and see a therapist, because this is not. It's not normal. Incest is something that is taboo. Culture from culture, you see that any family that we hear that has committed incest is a family that everybody will wash their hands off. Back in the days, you either be thrown into the evil forest or something. It's a grievous sin to commit incest, and then that incest is going under your roof, coupled with assault and beating. I saw the video and I saw the body of the lady, and you, the mother, who is supposed to be the matriarch of the family, you cover this up. That tells me that something is wrong with the son and the mother in that house. They need a form of mental evaluation. And also, society needs to do better when we bring up this sort of cases. The next thing you hear is, why is she wearing bomb shorts in the house? Why is she dressing, wearing singlets? Why is she doing this? Why is she dancing in a seductive way? Don't you know that this is good? We need to do better so that people who are under this sort of thing can come out without fear and just say it out into, say it to the public for help. I want that girl right now, wherever she is, she should be found and taken somewhere else, so that she's away from that toxic environment. Those people are not well.
Okay, let me come to Nima, and the reason why I want to come to you, because there's this video that the audio that Princess Damila shared when a doctor was recently accused of molesting a minor, and she played an audio of the mother, allegedly that the mother was saying that as in there's nothing new under the sun. What has been done that I've not heard before.
Wow.
And these are things that we, and that is not just referencing her, but lots of mothers have that. There's nothing that happened that we cannot fix. How do we divorce culture from this? How do we divorce way of life? I don't want to call it culture, actually.
Not culture,
how do we divorce this way of this is how we've been doing it for many, many years? From what we are going through right now.
That's not how we've been doing it for many years. But you see, there's still some peculiar family cultures where the mother thinks of what she considers the greater good and thinks, let me just cover up. That's how you see mothers cover up for husbands. That's how you see mothers cover up for their sons, like this one. The worst I have seen is the case of a woman who had a son from her previous marriage, luckily married into another husband, and had 2 daughters. They were between 4 and 6, and the boy continued to molest her son. At every crèche that child was taken to, the girls were taken, it's from the crèche they will call her that these girls not looking okay.
Who would that kind
Somebody's
of mother
molesting
do,
them.
Let us put ourselves in
She
that.
did nothing. She did nothing. You know, she said she was helpless. Where would she take that boy? Nowhere to keep him. Should she kill him? And you know, at that point when I heard that story, I remember saying to my neighbor who was sharing the story with me that, if she had to leave that boy for the state for a kind of rehabilitation and reform, why can't she go and report? Because he himself was he was 15 at the time when he was abusing his younger sisters. So why can't she just, report to the state and have someone else take that boy away? Because anywhere that boy goes, that habit follows him. He will rape or, abuse another child, molest another child. And, she now thinks, let me just hide it and watch two young, helpless girls, toddlers, be, molested under her watch.
But we have a structure, a system in this country to support that kind of woman where my son is 15-year-old. Which system can absorb that kind of child in this country?
We don't have even in the most advanced states in this country, you would find the person who is supposed to say, okay, let's put this boy in an all boys. Say, how did you not even end up like this? This story is so pathetic. And they themselves will say it's a helpless situation. Yeah. But the woman will now be forced to keep the boy at home. And every time somebody cleans the diaper or cleans up her girls, she's told that kind of story. There must be a place where this kind of helpless situation, where the mother thinks, let me just hide my head. She must be able to deal with it. Because remember I was saying when we talked about the alleged case of family that that woman was a courageous woman. You don't find women coming out. The wife. Yeah. You don't find women coming out.
I had the opportunity to speak to his wife, Femi Olale's wife, Remy. She called me and we spoke, and she's willing to have a conversation with us. But the thing is, these are still allegations, and we're hoping that the courts will, the police will do the needful. But she said something that struck me. She said that one of the reasons when we ask her why did she come out, she said this is a girl that calls us mommy and daddy.
Oh my God.
She calls you dad. She calls you mom. And she felt that sense of responsibility to that child. Like, hey, this is a child. So that sense of responsibility now, for a mother, going to the story you just shared, a mother is responsible for a 15-year-old boy and those little two girls. She already feels like, I am not doing what I'm supposed to do. There's something I've done. I've failed. So that conviction already is affecting her. So she already has emotional issues. Yes. How is she going to help a 15-year-old child? So there's a lot of issues that other countries, there are systems to support this kind of thing. Here,
we don't have them
his family, you just call and
I
just
don't think it is because we don't have them here. I just think it is something innate in us. Because, let me tell you why. I must have shared this story about this boy who left Nigeria. His parents took him to Nigeria. He decided to America. And he was staying with family. Yeah. And he was abusing the boy, the 5-year-old boy. It was one day when the mother wanted to bath her son. Yeah. And he says, no, she wanted him to bath her son. Yeah. And the mother said, no, I don't want him to bath me. He's doing things to me. And the mother was like, what? Yeah, come and take they called family meeting. The parents here say, it's a lie, it's not their son. Anyway, they now shipped him off to another house.
And it's likely he's going to do the same thing.
He's going to do the same thing. They did family cover up. So it is a Nigerian thing.
Shame and
because you are in that situation. You are in America where you can report
and get him help for him.
Because people like that, they need help. They are not well.
Yeah.
This particular woman who is not answering her daughter, I mean, what is going through her brain that she's refusing to
see her daughter's pain?
Yes. What is going through her pain? You remember there was a lady that came on the show who was being raped by her father or her stepfather. Yes. I can't forget her.
Yes.
Because I had to cry that day.
One woman, yes. We had one woman.
She came on our show. I think we were seen in
she's located somewhere abroad.
She's married to an Oyinbo now. And her mother, she was constantly raped by her, I think it was her stepfather.
Yeah. And her mother covered up.
And her mother covered it up.
So you're asking what is going through her brain?
Yes.
Let's go on a break. Okay. We'll answer that question when we come back. Break. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back.
Come closer. A little bit more. Perfect. I have exciting news for you. You asked for it and you got it. Your favorite breakfast show, Your View, will be going to 2 hours. We're going to have in-depth analysis of the newspaper review and more conversations on the hot topics. The ladies of Your View and I will be stirring up our guests to get in-depth into all the various topics, and you, our viewers, will have the opportunity to call in and share your views. After all, it's your view. Join us on Your View, 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. for a fantastic conversation. Don't miss it.
Doubt and fear doesn't occur at the canvas, it shows in the canvas. It shows the conation of raw ether material slabbed, stroked, and molded at a pace provided by the doubt and fear. Every move way in the struggle of one to the other, merging the past to the present, brushstrokes of colors seen but not known. For when the wailing stops, the pieces settle down in abject beauty erected for a century of a century. Speaking, advocating, protesting as the arts are meant to be.
So, have you ever wondered what happens behind the curtains of a man's mind? Or perhaps you're one of those who wonder what men talk about when they gather. Well, here goes. Imagine what it takes to put together the perfect cocktail, or maybe mocktail. We need a bit of sports, a sprinkling of current affairs, some very deep topical issues, and last but not the least, a healthy dose of grumbling of those we love to hate. And yes, you guessed it, women. So, if you catch the drift, then you're onto something. We will provide you with the right insights into most of your curiosities, right here within this beautiful cocktail we call the Black Table. So, have you ever wondered what happens behind the curtains of a man's mind? Or perhaps you're one of those who wonder what men talk about when they gather. Well, here goes. Imagine what it takes to put together the perfect cocktail, or maybe mocktail. We need a bit of sports, a sprinkling of current affairs, some very deep topical issues, and last but not the least, a healthy dose of grumbling of those we love to hate. And yes, you guessed it, women. So, if you catch the drift, then you're onto something. We will provide you with the right insights into most of your curiosities, right here within this beautiful cocktail we call the Black Table. So, have you ever wondered what...
Come closer. A little bit more. Perfect. I have exciting news for you. You asked for it and you got it. Your favorite breakfast show, Your View, will be going to 2 hours. We're going to have in-depth analysis of the newspaper review and more conversations on the hot topics. The ladies of Your View and I will be stirring up our guests to get in-depth into all the various topics, and you, our viewers, will have the opportunity to call in and share your views. After all, it's... If you ask me, now who I go ask? The problem when we see, so it's where it starts. That's exactly what we're talking about, because we got Omawumi in the building. Yeah. I said, your matter, we did talk about this morning. That song is so apt for the topic we're discussing because we talk about rape, and I say Princess also, Damilola always talks about this issue of raping minors. But in addition to that conversation that Damilola talks about all the time, is the fact that when family is involved, your mother is aware, your auntie is aware, your father might even be aware, and everybody else keeps mum because they are trying to avoid shame.
Yes.
Uphold the family name. And that's where we come. Should we begin to review what does this family name mean? How do we weigh family name and somebody's sanity or somebody's well-being? That's the conversation.
Yeah. I honestly don't. I'm really confused as at how to contribute to this conversation because, you know, when I sang that song, I witnessed something close to it, and it was irritating. You know, it's something they bite inside body. You know, and then I couldn't even just fathom it. But over the years, I've come to, in very close quarters, I've come to see it happen again. And I don't even know how to, like, because I'd be like, so you know if you do anything. Betamo could just keep the conversation. There was a young girl that I saw online that said that her father was raping her. And everybody was talking about seeking help for her. And her father, till next year, has not been apprehended. The girl said, made them leave her papa. But she's gone for therapy.
He needs the help. Many people forget that the perpetrator really usually needs the help because he also has a background. Something that happened to him.
Apprehension na help, you know.
I don't know whether something happened to him or he has mental problem.
All of them.
Because a lot have mental problem.
Yes.
Nothing might have happened to him. He just has, you know, their focus is on their siblings or their children or young children. So it's a mental problem.
It is.
Yeah, but people tell you about psychology. I mean, this is the product of your experiences.
Everything has a root cause. You know, when we see situations happen like this, we normally pick it from the surface. But when you dig deep, like if the person goes into therapy and they start digging deep, you find that person has gotten a history of he could have been involved directly, indirectly. He could have been an observer. You know, some of these things have a way of affecting the mind, and then it forms you into the human being that you become. And so both the perpetrator and the victims need a form of help. But let's talk about the judgment in the society that makes people want to hush this kind of thing. We are so judgmental. We have our own laws and we judge people by the laws that we ourselves have not even, you know, fulfilled our laws. We are failing ourselves on a daily basis. But when somebody fails just a little close to what you believe is your own ideal, this is how society should be, you will condemn, you will judge, and so people want to protect themselves. Because by the time the judgment is coming to what is already going on, it becomes very bad. Back in the days, when this kind of thing happens in a society, they will isolate you. Once your society, your family says, say what happened for our house. Hey, no near Amo, no go there, house, no talk to Amo. Nobody wants to live in an isolated society. So you hush it. So we need to start telling ourselves the truth. Do we, like you mentioned, do we protect this family name against our well-being? Or do we throw away this shame?
You know what?
You have a problem, come out, shout it. Even if they're insulting you, that is not your focus because you are putting the person, you're putting the victim in focus and not you. So what our parents do that they hide all of this is because they are protecting themselves so that people will not say, I have failed. I'm a bad mother.
But you see, the thing I'm thankful for, you see, the fact that the world is becoming a shameless society. You know, some of us were like, what's going on? Are you people devoid of shame? Because these days, people don't have shame.
Yes,
you know,
better.
A lot of so, you know, some of that, there are things that we judge, but I'm also thankful for things like this because online now, you see people speak up. They'll be like, oh, I'm a victim of rape, or I'm this thing happened to me, or my uncle did that to me, and I'm thankful for the fact that the world is becoming a shameless society, even if you know, some of it is slut shaming and excessive and all that paparazzi. That last time I saw somebody was dancing on TikTok while two people were doing whatever they were doing at the background.
I saw that video.
You saw it.
I didn't see it.
That kind of thing. Look, my eyes don't look for that kind of thing.
I know they see him.
I don't even know how I want to make children transfer from TikTok enter Instagram.
I never deal with
so we're complaining. I'm looking at that and I'm like, the world is becoming a less shameful, judgmental society. But I'm also thankful for things like this, so that people will be able to speak up. Victims should be able to speak up. And I want to use this opportunity. Where the camera? Make a know which one I take up beg now. They talk. Shame don't die since. For crisis we don't pass.
I wanted to talk about, how a mother deals with things like this. Come on, shame. And be a mother. This is how I know, because I am Edo. This is how I know they are mothers. My mom you do offense for inside room. My neighbors from Southwest would deal with their children inside. My mother would just sit outside and she'll call her friends. Me. You see this girl? I shower what she wants to do. Mom, Stella, you see this speaking? I want to shower. The problem is put outside. These women have a meeting on your head. I grew up like that. I know these 3 mothers mothered me. God bless. So you grew up, say you're shamed already. You are the topic. You're as a child. Day. And my mother still loved me. That's what I know. So if your son, for instance, is abusing your child, put the son outside. And you're still his mother. You stay there, say house. But put this matter outside. Call him what it is. Those days when you still, they don't talk about
anything.
They'll bring you out.
There was this woman, we used to call her Worry Mama. She would say, I better go, you better make a nobody than make a born thief. It was normal conversation. So the shame is first of all put aside. If you put that shame, that girl will never be a whole human being. If you say, let people not call our family, that child, you're making one child a sacrifice for the others. You're making one child a whipping child for the others. You see the shame, put it aside. Call it exactly what it is. The AO is raping his sister B.O. And although this thing I've seen in my house, they will shout it, they say, I'm running Agwegwe. They will raise their hands, they will scream it out. The shame is taken out, then they deal with the problem. And the children are still their own.
So could it be what has happened? Because before, Africa used to be a communal society.
Yes.
But now, we have built these walls, physical and spiritual walls. Fences.
Yes.
So nobody knows what the other family is doing. So automatically, we have now fenced in our emotions because of what is happening in the society. Because I remember there was this young child, she was I think about 4 or 5. She used to go to school with her brother. And the mother's brother took them to school. And the mother's brother will stop the car, rape the girl.
Hey! Mother's brother.
Uncle. Would stop the car, rape the girl, then drop them at school.
And the brother would not say a thing.
The brother went to go and tell the teachers. Maybe he tried to tell the mother she didn't. The teachers called her. She removed her 2 children from the school.
So,
you see,
that's what you.
But there are many. And so this shame, we should define shame and define mother. If you born thief,
bad mother.
When that child goes through, God forbid, the child goes through trial and is convicted of whatever kind of stealing, armed robbery, whatever, raping, you are still the mother of that child. You will show up and mother. I love you, but the consequence of life is this. Of your actions. And
there's a message that came to me right now. Hi, Muriel. I watched my this is something sometimes so difficult to
pronounce.
I watched my uncle rape my sister. And I have seen it all through her life. Today she's not the same person I knew growing up. I couldn't talk to anybody. I confronted my uncle about it, but he forced me to keep quiet. Until today I regret it all this. So he, as a young boy, obviously
he's also traumatized.
He's also traumatized, and I hope
so. He saw it happen
into his own.
Let's go on a break because I want us to go into the solution because we can say many stories.
Yes.
How do we solve the problem? As I said, rape issue on its own is a separate matter where either we involve the police, we involve Marable Sense and all these other things. We're talking about family. How complicit family is in this issue of rape. That's our conversation. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back.
At TVC Communications, we're all about our audience. Millions of viewers, listeners, and readers every day all around Nigeria.
Our 2 TV stations are among the most watched in Nigeria.
TVC News is our award-winning 24-hour national and international news channel headquartered here in Lagos, broadcasting live from our custom-built state-of-the-art news headquarters.
TVC, the top-rated family entertainment channel, is the place for fun, music, and information. With our breakfast show, Wake Up Nigeria, the all-female chat show, Your View, the best soaps and dramas from Nolly, Bolly, and Hollywood, music and entertainment blast, courtesy E-Splash, and of course, award-winning news and current affairs. It is all here.
With news bureau and studios around the country and the ability to go live anywhere, anytime, we are first for breaking news in Nigeria. Awarded the NMMA TV Station of the Year, TVC News is the station of choice.
You've recently met a fine sport announcer on television.
Come closer. A little bit more. Perfect. I have exciting news for you. You asked for it and you got it. Your favorite breakfast show, Your View, will be going to 2 hours. We're going to have in-depth analysis of the newspaper review and more conversations on the hot topics. The ladies of Your View and I will be stirring up our guests to get in-depth into all the various topics, and you, our viewers, will have the opportunity to call in and share your views. After all, it's your view. Join us on Your View, 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. for a fantastic conversation. Don't miss it.
Doubt and fear doesn't occur at the canvas, it shows in the canvas. It shows the conation of raw earthen material slabbed, stroked, and molded at a pace provided by the doubt and fear. Every move weigh in the struggle of one to the other, merging the past to the present, brushstrokes of colors seen but not known. For when the wailing stops, the pieces settle down in abject beauty, erected for a century of a century. Speaking, advocating, protesting as the arts are meant to be.
Come closer. A little bit more. Perfect. I have exciting news for you. You asked for it and you got it. Your favorite breakfast show, Your View, will be going to 2 hours. We're going to have in-depth analysis of the newspaper review and more conversations on the hot topics. The ladies of Your View and I will be stirring up our guests to get in-depth into all the various topics, and you, our viewers, will have the opportunity to call in and share your views. After all, it's your view. Join us on Your View, 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. for a fantastic conversation. Don't miss it.
So, have you ever wondered what happens behind the curtains of a man's mind? Or perhaps you're one of those who wonder what men talk about when they gather. Well, here goes. Imagine what it takes to put together the perfect cocktail. Or maybe mocktail. We need a bit of sports, a sprinkling of current affairs, some very deep topical issues, and last but not the least, a healthy dose of grumbling of those we love to hate. And yes, you guessed it, women. So, if you catch the drift, then you're onto something. We will provide you with the right insights into most of your curiosities, right here within this beautiful cocktail we call the Black Table. So,
Doubt and fear doesn't occur at the canvas, it shows in the canvas. It shows the conation of raw earthen material slabbed, stroked and molded at a pace provided by the doubt and fear. Every move way in the struggle of one to the other, merging the past to the present, brushstrokes of colors seen but not known. For when the wailing stops, the pieces settle down in abject beauty erected for a century of a century. Speaking, advocating, protesting as the arts are meant to be.
We're still discussing the family's involvement and what role they play in hiding, in shielding these victims from the public or getting help in the first place. And I really want us to find a solution.
Not the victims, the perpetrators.
The perpetrators, yes. How do we help these women or these fathers to help themselves? What's the first step? Because we know what they've done. But there's a woman right now, and let's bring back the story that Nima gave us. There's a woman, her son, 15-year-old son, is raping her two young daughters. Hey! She's traumatized as a person. All she knows is, let's keep it, let's find a way to push it.
You can't keep it.
You tell her? If she's your sister, what would you tell her?
I will tell her to stop it. She has to report. She has to get up for the boy.
And then she might lose her son.
Definitely get.
She will lose him.
She won't lose him.
She has already lost him.
No, she won't see.
Nima, if that is the case, she has already lost him because he's doing something that is totally unacceptable.
But he's 15, he's underage.
No.
Can't you help a child that's 15 years
you see, the thing about it is that the first thing that they should separate that child from those girls.
Yeah.
They must be separated. And you see, me, I'm a firm believer in tit for tat. Say if they take that boy to juvenile this thing now, and then somebody does to him,
he will come out worse.
No, I think he was also abused.
He will come out worse.
Her case is peculiar because she believes that her protection is in a marriage. She doesn't think that she can raise the children by herself.
Alone.
So her first marriage is the boy is the product of her first marriage, and her remarriage, 2 girls, 6 and 4. And so she thinks, let me just, I will be divorced again.
No.
See, now the solution is, the way I said it, if you call a thing what it is, it doesn't mean you love less. Now people burn the people when they're prisoner. Do you think it's easy? It's not easy. But if you call that child what it is, if, for instance, he had to pay the consequence for it in a juvenile court, and then he comes out, the girls are already grown, you'll put together the mechanism. You can still help him and say, you have paid the consequence. Now, the psychological whatever, what they call therapy, that you need. And you're still being a mother, even in a difficult... It's like having a child with a special need. Now, condition be everybody. Everybody, you face it, and you call it what it is. If your neighbors come out and say, it's your son, he's raping your daughter. see, this is my trial.
No,
my trial be this. So everybody is also helping you watch those children.
Yes.
But when we say don't call it what it is, I beg, he's playing with his sisters. He's playing with them.
God forbid.
You're creating a problem. That's how we got here.
Yes.
Step where now. Nobody they call what it is. What it is.
Okay, so let me say that you cannot effectively raise your children and always put their needs before you when you don't even understand what those needs are and when you don't know who you are as a person. So if you have a whole human being who understands what self-love is, and the person is raising children who understands the well-being of those children, if any of these things happen, the person will put the interest of the children first before her own.
Yes.
We need to start dealing with that. I wish there's a school you can go to for parenting before we start. This is a conversation Nigerians are not ready. No, it's a conversation that Nigerians are not ready to have. A lot of people get into marriage. Hold on now. Hold on. A lot of people get into marriage and childbearing when they have not finished raising themselves.
No, that we agree with you.
They have issues with themselves. So when this kind of thing now happens, they don't even know their left from their right. That's on one hand. Secondly, we need collective empathy as a society to encourage people to bring out their problems. So when somebody comes to say, see what my child is doing, don't sit on your high horse in the seat of judgment. Hey, I talk am now. I talk and say the kind of life where she lives, she not feel be good parents and start judging that person and start spreading those lies. You need to understand from a place of love. What can we do to help this situation? I know this person. I feel call this person. Let's go and go meet this person. You need to put yourself, because it can happen to anybody. See, parenting is by the grace of God.
Almighty.
Tomorrow, we don't even know where our children will go to and what they will do. Most of the things we did in the university, our parents did not know till today. It was God that saved us, that we came out of it before they knew. Imagine if I was in school in this generation. No. Forget it. I'm just saying. See. So we need to. Yes, we need to come from a place of. Hold on. Let me just land this point. A place of collective love and empathy. Very important. So that when those cases come up, all of Nimao, Morayo, what are we doing to help this situation? We can help it. Then other people will not have the courage to say, see what's in the happen for my house. So I can talk to somebody.
I wanted to just say, I want all of us to dig deep inside ourselves.
Yes.
And then think of our own children. And then ask ourselves the same question.
What
would we do? It's until we can answer that question truthfully. Morayo, think you have 4 kids.
YK, you're very correct. Because when a mother sees the circumstance in which you had that first child, when you divorce the father, maybe there are issues going on. You're now thinking to yourself,
how do I want to?
So there's a lot of factors. So that's why I don't want us judging a woman.
No, we're not judging.
That's what I'm saying.
Let's think deep. You never know.
Inside ourselves. I think as I love my children or my child and then something like that happens, what would I do? When you can answer that question truthfully, sincerely, then that's the beginning of
helping others.
The healing.
Because until you can answer that question,
you don't know.
You don't know how
you can never. I'm telling you.
Would I hide it? What? Would I? If you can't tell yourself the truth.
Well, I think
you cannot
get shamed. The way they raised me, all my linens were washed publicly. That's why my mother raised her girls. And I don't see it different.
Okay, but can we provide a solution where even if it's not public, do you understand? Because sometimes even publicizing something doesn't necessarily mean
fix it.
It doesn't necessarily remedy it. Really and truly, what would you tell a woman like this? Like I'm also putting the question out there. What would you tell a woman like this? Are there centers where people can reach out and say, okay, this is it? Are there therapists that can say, okay, pocket friendly therapists that can say, okay, can I help? We need to, so maybe in another conversation, we can put this thing out so that even people who are watching us, who are really in that position, can say, oh, because you want to tell them, make you shout for a neighbor goes, shameful society.
Let's go on a break.
Judgmental society.
Very judgmental. Let's go on a break. When we come back, we'll take a few phone calls and get some thoughts. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back.
At TVC Communications, we're all about our audience. Millions of viewers, listeners, and readers every day all around Nigeria.
Our 2 TV stations are among the most watched in Nigeria.
TVC News is our award-winning 24-hour national and international news channel headquartered here in Lagos, broadcasting live from our custom-built state-of-the-art news headquarters.
TVC, the top-rated family entertainment channel, is the place for fun, music, and information. With our breakfast show, Wake Up Nigeria, the all-female chat show, Your View, the best soaps and dramas from Nolly, Bolly, and Hollywood, music and entertainment blast, courtesy E-Splash, and of course, award-winning news and current affairs. It is all here.
With news bureau and studios around the country and the ability to go live anywhere, anytime, we are first for breaking news in Nigeria. Awarded the NMMA TV Station of the Year, TVC News is the station of choice.
So, have you ever wondered what happens behind the curtains of a man's mind? Or perhaps you're one of those who wonder what men talk about when they gather. Well, here goes. Imagine what it takes to put together the perfect cocktail. Or maybe mocktail. We need a bit of sports, a sprinkling of current affairs, some very deep topical issues, and last but not the least, a healthy dose of grumbling of those we love to hate. And yes, you guessed it, women. So, if you catch the drift, then you're onto something. We will provide you with the right insights into most of your curiosities right here within this beautiful cocktail we call the Black Table.
Thanks for staying with us. We're going to take a few tweets. YK, how many tweets you have for us? So that we
Tweets
can
are
take
not dropping,
a few
actually,
comments on this matter. We're going to be wrapping up very soon, but I want to take a few comments. I have another hot topic I want us to discuss. Go ahead, YK.
Okay, Oluwatomi says, if society would not stigmatize victims and family of the victims, I believe a lot of family of victims, or even the victims themselves, will speak up. That's why we have such matters being discussed freely on faceless forums, because the identity of the victims are protected. Andrew says, the case is that, talking to Mo, is that does Nigeria have laws and punishment on juvenile crime?
So somebody says Nima should remember that the neighbors of those days are not the same neighbors of these days. Those days, neighbors were genuinely parents who saw every child as theirs and how it was a collective effort. Do we still have such neighbors?
But they shame you too. These women, I call their name, the two of them, I hope they are watching, because I know one is in London. They would shame you. They will come out here, you this girl, you want to... one of these mothers, I remember when I tried mini skirts, I had very nice legs.
So
I
think I
came out,
the leg.
and I wore a very short skirt. But because of my values, I thought, let me just put my underwear small to cover the slit. The skirt should be short, you can't get slit. So she waited. My mom had already come downstairs to give her information that Nima is going to school, but he wait for the dressing. So she waited for me. I said, come on. She said, Nimi, fine gay. You won't show your legs. Front it. She brought out scissors, cut my underwear, draw them up, slice her.
Oh, God bless.
Don't do a shower, face the work.
Yes.
That was the last day I wore a mini skirt.
Chichi unscripted.
Hey, let me take this call. Let me take this call. But we don't have that kind of mothers. You can't do that. How would you know
that's what
Muraya
is saying, that
we don't have this kind of mothers anymore.
We have people who are judgmental.
Yes.
They will tell you,
I call this
listen,
don't touch my child.
No, they will tell you, behind your back, they will be saying, see that Nima.
You know, Nigeria will hear. Let me take Bidemi's call. Good morning, Bidemi. Are you there?
Let's be honest.
Hello, good morning, Muraya.
You're live. Go ahead, please.
Yeah, I'm a first-time caller.
Welcome to the show. Can you get the volume up? I really appreciate it.
I want to appreciate you girls for what you are doing. You're doing very well. God will continue to bless you. Quickly on the topic we are discussing, I want to say even the authorities are culpable. I have the first-time information of my niece. Her father was a military man. He was late though. She had the passion to become a military person. This girl finished secondary school and decided that she must go to NDA. She went through everything she had to go through to go to NDA. 3 days into resuming into NDA, this girl they attempted to rape her, one of the cadets. She struggled with the guy because she's also very physically strong. She struggled and struggled and struggled. She was able to escape him. And my sister was coming back to Lagos, so she just decided to go and check on the girl before going. And she discovered the girl was in the sick bay. What's wrong with you? The girl said, I'm no more doing. And she was like, why would you just withdraw from something that you have been working towards? And the mother was insisting that you will cope. It's just a normal thing. You are feeling homesick and all of that. And the girl confessed to her mother that she almost got raped yesterday. But she couldn't tell anybody. Yeah. The mother shouted and they said, okay, they will investigate. They isolated her. And before we knew it, this same boy came back again where she was isolated and succeeded in raping this girl.
Oh, God.
She was just 17. She was the youngest. You know the way people cut their ages just to get into these places. She was about the youngest girl in that place. And eventually she shouted about the whole thing. And what happened? The ladies in the NDA, they started victimizing Toto.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. I mean, that's a really pathetic story. So, when you are faced with this kind of situation, when you tell your parents and they are not able to help you out, that's my own worry.
Yeah. So when it's an outsider that is doing something and then your parents are, shouting and making noise, you have a form of, there's this glitter of hope that something might be done. Even after the end of the day, the police will come for the matter and they will say, oh, yeah, make una settle out of. People will take this matter to court and they'll say, can you just settle this thing? Let's not make noise within the family. But when it's happening within, that's where the problem is. Because you expect a level of, this cannot happen under my nose. What is going wrong here? What sort of solutions are we going to? If it's happening within, is a brother sleeping with a sister. It's happening within. It's not an external influence now. It's not within the family. So how do we solve the problem within the family? Do we kill it within the family?
It's not possible.
Because we don't want, I think we should throw away shame. I think when you become a parent, I think we need to start revising some of these things. When you become a parent, swallow the shame. Even if they say I'm a bad mother, I don't care. Why are we always bothered about how people want to see us? We're so focused on perception. I want to look a certain way. I want to act a certain way so that people will perceive me a certain way. As a parent, throw it away.
Nobody cares.
Let them perceive you anyhow they want to perceive you. As long as you know that you will stand for the right things and you ensure the well-being of your children. That is what a parent should be looking at.
So, I think we find a way to solve this problem because I want to take a few more comments on social media before we go for. Anyone want to say something?
No, bottom line is I'm just echoing what everybody's saying. And I feel very helpless. That's honestly, I feel very helpless. And I feel like I'm in a state of despair when I hear things like this and I can't do anything about it. I feel like, seriously, after this conversation, we should really and truly, of course, we have all these centers where they have them. We should continue to mention it so that these people, because really nobody can actually come out and really speak out because of how judgmental the society. Let's call it what it is.
Okay.
Let's prefer solutions to.
Let me take
also,
Adomi, then we're going to wrap up now. Adomi, are you there from Abuja? He's out. Let's take a few more comments. And
Yes. Also, quickly, there's a rule in my faith. When you're raising children, no matter how much you love them, when they have separate sexes, separate them once they get to a certain age, especially puberty.
Yeah.
And sleep in different rooms and all that.
In case there's just this yearning to explore and adventure, be adventurous, before the mistake happens, protect, separate, bathing separate and all of that. My dad used to knock on our room door. I remember it growing up. So if you come into me, I will scream at you because you are not the person I always
Exactly. If you are living face me and face
you, face me and face you to be a mother. See, some mistakes that we make is that if you are going to shop and you know that the victim was raping one child, that child now your assistant. He's there with you.
247.
There are ways we can do all of these things. So.
Okay, I have a call from Zaria. Good morning, are you there?
Good morning, ma.
You're live. Go ahead, please.
Yes, ma. I experienced something like this when I was young. I am my sister.
My God.
So I reported to my father, and he didn't take it lightly. That was my cousin that did that to us. He was an orphan, and my father brought him in so that he can take care of him, his education and everything. But every night he keeps attempting to rape me and my sister. So we have to tell our father, and he didn't take it lightly. I'm telling you this till today, since 2003. He left our house and we haven't seen him again.
Whoa.
Please, what did your father do?
Like, he punished him, he flogged him, and everyone, our neighbors, or everybody knew what he did.
Better.
So your father punished him?
No, he put it out there.
Okay.
He put it out there.
So how have you been able to recover from that experience?
Yes, I've recovered from that, but that made me to be suspicious when I see anytime children are behaving funny. I used to put serious eyes on them, and sometimes I used to see what they do and I'll talk to them.
Thank you very much, Becky, for sharing your story with us. I to get very emotional. Wow,
I'm helpless. I hate it. I can't, as in, maybe I will become a vigilante and be shooting these people.
So let's take a few more comments and we wrap up.
Oluwatos Tomi says, if society will not stigmatize the victims and the family of the victims, I believe a lot of families of the victims or even the victims will speak up. That's why we have such matters being discussed freely on faceless forums, because the identity of the victims are protected. She also says, or he also says, the victims try to get the advice of the public, both the solutions and the criticism, but sieve the criticism and try to work with the solutions. Many people don't want to be segregated from society, so they just try to simply live with the stigma. And he has said it all.
Yes.
Society will victimize and stigmatize. So that's why I say, before we comment, let's all
Okay, let me take this call from Benjamin. Are you there?
Yes, I'm here.
You're live. Go ahead, please.
I think I want to align my thoughts with the lady in hijab. Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you. Go ahead.
I want to align my thoughts. In as much as there is poverty in the land and parents will not be able to secure better accommodation to separate the boys and the girls from certain rooms, the mothers or the parents have a lot to do. A lot of monitoring must be done to ensure that this nonsense does not happen. And for the child who commits that, I think that child should be isolated and monitored thoroughly so that that thing does not happen in society. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
There's a tweet. This tweet is very apt. Adebayo says, our society is highly polluted. The issue of the increase in rape is as a result of immorality around us.
Yes.
The entertainment industry contributes more to it. Dirty
Yes.
words in music, naked dancers, indirect blue film movies. All these are giving bad impression to people. And I want to add drugs.
Young people.
Add drugs, joy.
Okay.
Yeah, let me just quickly add that every parent is your responsibility to observe. You must observe your children. Sometimes, like I used to be a class teacher. Yes, I used to be a class teacher, and sometimes some of these kids come to school with very funny behavior. You can just tell that something is going wrong. They are sneaking to the bathroom. They are hiding under the table, touching, you know, that sort of thing. But it's from observation, and when that observation happens and somebody notices something about your child and comes to you to say, this is what I've noticed, don't say, God forbid, it cannot be my child. The child I've been raising since, and dismiss it and ignore it, feeling that enemies are after you again. It's your job to take in that information, go home and do your own observation so that you can pick some of these things. Like, naturally, children have tendencies when they are growing up, especially when their body begins to change, and they want to try out some things. They may not have been abused. But when you observe, you can now open a conversation line with them and help redirect that energy to the right place. Instead of feeling that, my children, it can never be my children. They can never do it. They don't watch it. You don't know what they listen to in school. They don't watch at home. They listen in school. They gist in school. They talk in school.
Because there are people that are obviously watching. If I may add, parents, teach your children sex education.
Very important.
Tell them from the moment they are able to communicate, they are able to understand. You tell them about the female reproductive organ. I don't know whether I'm allowed to say it on TV.
It's English language.
It's English. I call it what it is. I call it. So when you call there's no fun name for it. No fun name. No nice name. I call it what it is. Tell them this is how a child conceives. This is what you do. You know, my daughter asked me. She said, because I told her at 7, that's when I told her about everything. So she now said, so why can't, you know, what? So if this is what it is, why can't we do it? Why can't a child? I said,
valid question.
I now said, you see, everything, something has to mature before you happen into that, venture into that area. I said, can you eat an unripe mango?
No.
Can you eat an unripe banana? I said, so your body is still developing. Outside of that, your mind is also developing. So even if you are developing here, so when everywhere is developed, you can now venture.
Okay, I think I like that. So we got just start from that now.
Everything has to develop.
Okay, can you eat an unripe mango?
You cannot.
Let's go on a break. When we come back, we'll now just let's drop this and talk about something more exciting about Omawumi. Stay with us. I have to go on a break.
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back.
Doubt and fear doesn't occur at the canvas, it shows in the canvas. It shows the conation of raw earthen material slabbed, stroked and molded at a pace provided by the doubt and fear. Every move way in the struggle of one to the other, merging the past to the present, brushstrokes of colors seen but not known. For when the wailing stops, the pieces settle down in abject beauty erected for a century of a century. Speaking, advocating, protesting as the arts are meant to be.
Come closer. A little bit more. Perfect. I have exciting news for you. You asked for it and you got it. Your favorite breakfast show, Your View, will be going to 2 hours. We're going to have in-depth analysis of the newspaper review and more conversations on the hot topics. The ladies of Your View and I will be stirring up our guests to get in-depth into all the various topics, and you, our viewers, will have the opportunity to call in and share your views. After all, it's Your View. Join us on Your View, 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. for a fantastic conversation. Don't miss it.
Headquarters.
I saw gray hair and I said, is this really gray hair?
No, I've toyed with my hair so many times. Like, I turned 40 last year.
Oh, congratulations.
Thank you.
Don't cross entire
No, which one be last year? Not this year.
What was that?
So last year I cut my hair and I've been playing with it.
What is just the middle age? It's not middle age.
So you are in the beginning of old age.
I'm still
I'm the elder. I'm the youth of the elders.
Oh, yes,
50 is the elder of the youth.
Yes, I agree.
Hey, youth of the elder of the youth.
Exactly. So I've been toying with my. There's no color that has not touched my hair. Pink, blonde, red, everything.
I'm just leaving it to rest now.
Yeah, I'm leaving it to rest. I want to pick it up again, so you can see I've started to twirl it. So this is the top of the bleached hair. It's not white.
So how are you doing? What's going on with you? What's happening?
I'm amazing. I dabbled into Nollywood.
For real?
Yes, actually, there's a film out. It's called Brotherhood. It's the first.
Oh, I've heard of that film.
I've seen you in the few movies.
Well, if you see the action film, that's why
I don't hear. I hear.
The I promise you, you need to watch. Everybody needs to go and watch Brotherhood. The film
It's in the cinemas.
It's in the cinema. Every cinema. If you are finding the cinema, go to my page. You see there. So it's produced by Greo Studios, Jade Oshiberu. And when she just gave me the script, I was like, oh, mommy, you have to be in this film. There's Toby and Fowles as twin brothers, and Tony Tones, Sam Dede, Basket Mouth. I'm telling you, stellar cast, beautiful film. I wasn't around for the premiere because I was in the Americas with my children. So as I came back, I watched it in Surulere I called some people to join me. See the way I was shouting? Me, whenever. Because I know hey, see me.
How was the experience on set?
It was really beautiful, and they really, set life is becoming more interesting to observe. Like, I don't dabble into Nollywood. I didn't used to dabble into Nollywood because I'm always worried about, how they treat their cast. They gave us trailer.
Wow.
Trailer with a
correct trailer.
Because we were on Third Mainland Bridge for like 5 days.
Wow.
You need to see that film. We shot on Third Mainland Bridge for 5 days.
Some of us drive to Third Mainland. How come we didn't see you?
Oh, you do not see. We were there's a part where Toby fell into
the water.
From I'm telling
you. For real falling.
I have to see this.
I tell you. I carry water from out as I tell you the thing. You need to get. So I knew that I had to be in that film. So
who was there to save her underground?
We did for ground, we did for up. But camera no see that one. There were people on the ground.
Don't give us the secrets.
Oh, sorry, my bad.
Nigerian movies.
Yes,
Nigerian movies have really improved. I mean, I'm so proud. I mean, I was sitting down on Netflix the other day and I was watching
Nigerian
Prophetess. I'll come back to your movie.
Yeah, I loved it.
Prophetess, I think, listen, with all due respect, I think one of the best movies.
I loved it.
I don't know why they
were castigating the movie. They were coming to brother.
Never play us.
When we watch it,
but it's a fantastic script.
Lovely.
fantastic script
with
in
Tony Abi.
Yes.
I'm
good.
Tony Abraham.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm saying. I'm supporting. So let's come to Brotherhood. So it's a good movie, and I'm proud of Nigerian stories.
Yeah.
So I'm happy that Brotherhood is just as good. I'm hoping even better.
Yeah.
Probably one of the best
Because
things
action
you
movie.
see. Action
Not
movie.
be fake, they just carry
no,
go,
and it's not Indian Pishan. Real, like as in they trained us. Don't play with them. They trained us. I became a Megan Thee Stallion. Because no, Megan at squats 247. Because we were holding guns, so you had to learn how to.
Gun too.
Omawumi, Officer Monsura.
I'm gonna watch it.
I want to see this film.
Can children watch it?
I want to see him.
No.
Okay, 18.
Because of weapons.
Yeah, let's say 16.
So,
because Nigerian youth these days, let's just say 15.
Now they do rating. No. Children, they go watch and for,
I'm telling you.
for YouTube and not. They watch movies.
I don't.
You are not allowed to. You are not supposed to allow them to go to YouTube.
They do not.
Never watch and finish.
They don't go to.
So
YouTube.
people allow people to their kids to go to YouTube. I have YouTube kids.
Yeah, but they don't like it. They get tired of all this stuff.
I don't.
I see some horrible adverts on YouTube kids.
Yeah.
Unless you are paying for that YouTube.
Yeah.
The adverts that come.
No. YouTube
They
kids.
sneak in all these.
Yes.
Horrible adverts. My daughter,
for sanity reasons,
we don't have. I don't do iOS. I do Android. So Android, they have Google Family Link for parents who are watching. So if you want to buy tablets, do Android. Google Family Link gives you, you check where your child is. It can show you where your child is. Your child is not allowed to download any app without your consent. It shows you how long your child stays on the various apps, and then the only apps that they can take at the one, so they only have YouTube. And if you do your YouTube for more than 4 hours, I cut it. It's in my phone. I show you after.
Just call you, Uncle. Where are you? What are you doing? I can see
As
you.
I'm seeing you, Babu, live there.
My mother is even an extremist because she don't bring put TV for her house. So Nami they suffer when I go.
Sorry, she deeper life.
No TV.
She's not.
I read books.
It's dangerous, truly.
So they're not TV. There, I don't. The
only TV in your house?
No, there's TV in the living room.
When the kids, they love coming here because there's TV everywhere.
Yeah.
In England, my daughter, nothing like TV. Then I'll be asking her, so you want me to suffer? I will come, no TV.
Yeah, until you use your tablet and watch this.
I agree with her.
I read books. I prefer to read books. I am still reading books. My children love to read because I love to read. I digress. So, yeah.
When the Brotherhood premiere, they just premiering or?
Yeah, they premiered on the 23rd. So
yeah, in cinemas for about a week now.
To watch it. Yeah. There's another one that is going to come out in December. I'm trying my hands in Nollywood. It's a sweet place.
You're liking it. I can see that.
Music and
let me tell you, music is beautiful because you create. It gives you an opportunity to create something of yourself. But the promotion and the
management,
the issue that comes with music is heavy. This one is not your concern.
It's not your concern.
Your own is just interpret the role, collect your money,
go to your house.
Are you for real?
Wake up and look pretty.
Except you start
So you're not
producing
coming for
now.
celebration this year?
I'm coming. No. My next body of work is coming out first week not first week, first quarter of next year. I've almost finished recording. I have Yemi Alade on my album.
So next year,
I'm gonna get strong on my album.
Did you add that? You've not.
Tiwa was in Waje's own now. Is Yemi not enough? Me, I don't usually feature.
That's true. How is YJ? What is your girl? How is YJ doing?
She's somewhere in this life.
She never sits for this table. You know.
Are you serious?
She hasn't seen YJ yet. We've no agree.
We are fighting. We are fighting YJ.
We are fighting her.
You are joking.
I'm putting it out there.
She doesn't like our show.
She's a very nice
I'm putting
girl.
it out.
She's an amazing human. I cannot
I just
organize that.
We're calling her out. We're calling her out.
Was it twice that we tried to bring her on? Many years ago.
Our October ones.
Yeah, many years ago. We have her like this.
I'm taking the assignment because when she comes, where are you? I don't know. Whoever is, I need this clip so that I can post it on my Instagram.
They will send it.
W. You better come here because everybody here is good people. And we know Auntie Mariah.
I love her sound. I just love her.
Can you see my face?
After I love
okay, good.
No, after I have all your songs.
Well, how is your friendship with her? I mean, how did you come?
We fight.
There's so many.
Should I tell you a secret?
Yeah, please.
We met here. We met in TVC.
You're kidding me?
I came for an interview in TVC.
I've never been before.
Then you guys didn't have that place. This was the radio. And then I came and I was coming out and she was coming. And then she was like, I was like, now you be the wajo we say. She said, you self too, now you be the, now so. We gisted and gisted. So where are you going from here? No, we are, oh yeah, that's how.
Kidding me. Are you from the same place?
She's Edo, I'm Delta.
What's the difference?
No, there's a difference. And then she's influenced by, her mom is Igbo, Anambra, so she's influenced by Igbo. My mom is Rivers.
So but you guys are really close.
The same thing. The same set of what's
So when you fight, what causes your fight when you guys fight?
What's it concern you?
No, I'm just interested. We're learning. We're getting to know Omawumi.
I do, when she upsets me, I do exactly what she does not like. Because I'm a do-backer.
Terrible you.
If there's any such word. So I do exactly what she doesn't like it when we quarrel. She doesn't like it when you tell people. She likes it when you thrash it with her. I will tell the world.
Yeah, terrible.
The person that I know she does not like is the person I will go and tell. You know what you do me?
Oh God.
The person will not tell her. She will come back, curse me. Say, you know, I don't like this thing where you do. But
what you guys
let's talk about. Yeah, we talk. She's a prayerful person. Women are wicked. I'm telling you, I've experienced all sorts. Like women who.
Are you telling me?
Auntie.
She should be the one telling us.
Auntie. The ones that
I watched one video the other day where they crepe one poor young girl's head. The
and
girl was about
women
23.
they do.
Now women they do.
And
you will be saying the men.
Now women.
It is the women that were creping her
They are
head.
the wicked ones.
We uphold the culture.
They are the wicked ones. The men are not wicked. It's the women that train the men. Now mama ain't born wicked man.
Yeah.
Women are wicked. I'm sorry to say, and I'm a woman, so you know.
But you're working on your wickedness.
So I'm just trying to say that because she's not a wicked person. Because people always say, so why are you people friends? I say she's not a wicked person. She's not sinister. She's
good people.
She's good people. What you see is what you get.
Yeah, fantastic.
That's why.
Interestingly, I never
If she don't come here, we'll go wicked.
I've been waiting. It's not that serious. I've been waiting to have her on the show because I wanted to share with her the first time I ever met her. Then I didn't know her. She didn't know me. But I was in a salon. That salon that they did some kind of partnership with many years ago in is it Ogudu? Or is it Ogba?
No,
she was there and she was just telling her story about her daughter. She was telling the salon people, I was just hearing this man's gist, and I just thought it was really intense. The way she was talking with confidence about her daughter. She was not shameful about it at all. She was speaking about it. I was like, who is this person? It was months or years later, and I was like, oh, that is the YJ girl I saw. So I just remember her. She was just very good, fresh air. So it's good to know you guys are still friends. So tell us now. Next quarter,
next quarter album.
December,
another movie. Actually, more than one. Wow. But the feature films, the blockbusters. The next one is in December. Brotherhood is out right now. Please, everybody, go to the cinemas.
We just
and
watch all these music awards.
No, I want to do. That's my plan. I need to collect some of those awards. So the whole idea is to be a 360 artist. I will use every part of myself. I will squeeze every part. I will stop when I'm done.
I like that.
But I also understand the concept of rest.
You're still very young. You're only 14.
Auntie, I'm going to retire very soon.
Why are you rushing?
I'm going to chop life. What am I doing?
So retire now.
When I mean retire, it means that whatever I'm doing, I will start doing for the love of it, not because you want to make money.
Yeah. Fantastic. Well, it's a pleasure having you on the show.
Thank you.
Let's take a few comments on Twitter for her.
I want to quickly take Twitter for her.
So that we can...
Twitter be nice.
They'll be nice.
I don't even have wigs, so you can't drag me. You think talk?
You say, I don't know the music of Omawumi. I must have left Nigerian land before she became popular. Nima, which tune she did popular for? Make her begin can't. If you my voice is not good.
If you ask me, now who I go ask?
Hey. I was just enjoying that.
Do that.
There's one she did with this Buga guy that I'm so in love with.
I
use that song fight. I get one person while they fight. Every time I don't reach house, I go to sing.
Thank back with you.
I not send you.
Make you.
So go and follow. The entire collection is online.
All right, we have to wrap up. I think I like to leave allow me to say a few things. We talked earlier about this issue of parenting. family, and I'd like us to wrap up properly on that because I know we've celebrated you now, but I want you as somebody, because we've learned a few things from you, how to raise our children in sex education, which I think is fantastic and phenomenal. But what are your final thoughts? Especially, I want you to talk to a mother or an adult, let me just say a mother, an adult who is aware that a minor is being molested by a family or raped by a family member. And understanding the various factors that would not want that person to come and speak. How can they help? How can we help that person?
I honestly wish I could say more, prefer substantial. I still have to go and check properly to make sure that I have the right suggestions. Do you understand what I mean? As regards to people that they can talk to. It's good to speak out, but also know who you are speaking to. Make sure that you are going to a community that is not judgmental. Even, again, if I feel say pastor, but these days, pastor, some of them, they judgmental, you understand? So just look around you, find somebody, like, what did you say?
Support system.
Find a support system that is not judgmental and put that suggestion across. See what is going on in my house. But the first thing you do is to make sure that that does not happen again. So separate. Separate. Find, if not picking man where you know they do that, but you find uncle where they for village, send and go there.
Besides,
separate.
In that woman's case, for instance, if she cannot send that child away, that child become your handbag. If you won't go school,
anywhere we go
anywhere
together.
you go, you the police am.
Yes, go learn vulcanizer.
If you get shop, put her for shop, now you go they do say.
Yes.
Anywhere you go, put her there. So
yes.
This not I do and devil they use.
Yes.
Keep the hand busy.
But and also, I think we should also add that we should begin to teach our children the consequences of every action.
Oh, yeah.
Let them know on time that there are consequences for certain things. Spell the consequences out. Even though I am your mother, you will bear your consequences yourself. I will still support you, but you will go through that consequence. And if they learn that early.
I love that.
We don't know.
Final thoughts?
God will help us.
It is well.
All right. My own final thoughts on this is the fact that I think a support system is important. It doesn't mean you have to have a gather of friends that you every day are gisting. These are just people that you know you trust. You might not speak to them every day, but I know if I can call YK, I can call Nima, I can call BC, I know I can call you guys when I need something. These people that's your support system. So as a woman, as a father, have a support system. When you are hit with this kind of roadblocks, you know how to can lean on. So you don't have to go to the community, hey, this is happening. But you can talk to your people and then seek professional help. Extremely. Both the perpetrator and the victim both need professional help. I think we're going to wrap up. And
Brotherhood in the cinema. Go and watch. Go and watch. Brotherhood in the cinema.
This is my own personal message, which is different from the show. My own personal message to Nigeria is that elections have started.
Campaigns.
Campaigns. Thank you, sister. Campaigns have started. Every single Nigerian has a right to vote for whomever they choose. Don't force yourself on anybody else. You vote your conscience.
Not
have a great day.
Yourself,
we'll see you.
Your thoughts or your beliefs.
Yes.
Everybody has the right.
So we'll see you tomorrow. Have a great day. Bye for now.